L.o.K and community, welcome back to the third installment of BA Predictions here in the headquarters of the League of Keepers Fantasy Football League in the Grant Family Dungeon. And I obviously am the greatest commissioner of all time. And this right here is the cutest girl you've ever seen. And the reason that we did not have our Friday night release normally is because Miss Amelia over here had to go and do teenager things and go to the Lakeview homecoming football game. Hey, Amelia, tell the people how the football game was.
It was amazing. I loved it. It was so much fun at the parade. We didn't get that much candy, but I ate basically all the candy that I had stuffed in my pockets. It was just so fun. And the person that I was cheering for to be homecoming queen was actually homecoming queen.
She won it. She won the bet.
And her name is Grace. So I wanted to tell you that. And another funny thing is I saw my teacher.
Oh, so everybody remembers really seeing the teachers
funny,
at the football game.
Really funny. And I just want to tell you, thank you all very much who bought a Big B card and who sponsored me. But if you still want to sponsor me, I still have dates left in October.
Yeah, that's right. Still got a few dates left. Go ahead, hit Paige up, hit me up on our socials. And if you want to sponsor, we'll put you down for a sponsor. But I want to get into the football game from Thursday night, and of course, that was the Miami Dolphins against the Cincinnati Bengals, where the Bengals won 27-15. I just want to talk 1 second about those white unis, those white tiger unis. Woo, man, I loved them. They were sweet, and I hope we can see them again. If they weren't just a Thursday night special thing, I personally don't know. I want to talk about the top performers in the game. Of course, Tyreek Hill, T. Higgins, where he made me a few things, and I had him on my fantasy roster, so that was all good. Also, Burrow had a great game. I also wanted to touch on the Tua injury. The Tua injury was ugly, especially after that nasty hit he took Sunday, and then Thursday night another one, and with the fingers and everything. Man, it was scary. So I just want to wish the best to him, even though he's never going to see this. But hey, whatever, y'all are. So I also wanted to talk about, which we didn't get to talk about last week and touch on, is Amelia's record. Amelia this past week, she went 2-5, which wasn't that great. And I think her record last week was 3-4. So that gives her a total record overall predicting this league for the time span that we've had this show going on of 5-9. But anyways, we're going to get right into what y'all came here for. And those are those bad. Oh, those Bryson Amelia predictions. So here we go with the review. All right, here we go. We got up first is Dante with my car, which is Cannon's team, against Tawny, Allen, and Hertz Donut. Right now they're 0-0 with a couple of top performers going on Sunday. Jalen Hurts for Tawny, Derrick Henry for Tawny, Stephon Diggs for Cannon, Deontay Adams for Cannon, and we're going to move on to the next game here, and that's I Love versus Never Trading Najee. And the score currently is 1-0. Grant, I Love Gold, is up on Derek Kerr, Never Trading Najee. All right, we're going to move on to the next game is David and Mike Soto, Jackson Untouchables versus CD Guidelines. Jackson Untouchables, which is Soto, is up 29-13. He had a couple of top performers on Thursday night with Joe Burrow and Hayden and Mike Gesicki that helped him propel him to that 29. Hayden Hurst, and it looks like David got unlucky with a Tua injury with 1.9. And then next is Kyle and Joe O. We got Kyle with a 5.9 lead, who had Jalen Waddle with a disappointing outing last night, but that's all right. Then next, we got Ben versus Cole. He had Tyreek Hill Ben, of course, had Tyreek Hill and Chase Edmonds going last night, and he's off to a nice 36-0 lead. And then Paul Rogers against Mike Sauer. Mike, hopefully you can pick up a win this weekend, but you are down to a little 12-point deficit going on into Sunday because Paul had Jamar Chase going. So he had just a pedestrian game, unlike he normally does. And here, y'all, the main event, the greatest commissioner of all time going against L-Town Skunks, and that is Dutcher. And right now, boys and Tawny, I'm up to a 45-point lead. Yeah, that's right. I had T. Higgins and Joe Mixon going on Thursday night, and they both had pretty solid games. All right, we're going to go back to the beginning of that whole spiel, and now it's Amelia's turn to choose the winners. And right here, I'm going to introduce y'all once again, and we go back to Cannon versus Tawny. Cannon is 3-0. Tawny is 1-2. The projections right now, since the score is 0-0, is Tawny's projected for 140. Cannon is projected for 138. Who do you think wins, Amelia?
I think it's going to be Tawny.
Oh, she's taking Tawny this week. She must have heard you talking smack, Tawny. Tawny winning. All right. Next game is Derek Kerr and Grant Nevins, with Derek at 1-2. Grant at 2-1. The projections for this game is Derek 133, Grant 124, but Grant is off to a 1-point lead. Who do you think, Amelia?
I think it's gonna be Grant.
Grant, another pick for Grant. Hey, man, it seems like every time she picks Grant, you win. I don't know. I could be wrong though. But here we go. Here's the high point game at this point, and that is Mike Soto at 2-1, David Rogers at 0-3 with the unfortunate Tua start this week. The projections are David 108, Mike Soto 125. Who do you got? Jackson Untouchables, Mike Soto. One up for the good guys. All right, here we go. Next on the docket's Joe O at 3-0. Kyle Rinke at 2-1 with a disappointing start, but a 5-point lead. Who you got, Amelia? Joe O, gonna squeak one out, coming from behind. Don't call it a comeback. Next on the docket is Ben Barnett, 1-2. Cole, Ronnie B, 2-1. But Ben has a 36-point lead, and the projection is Ben 147 to Cole 139. Who do you think's gonna win, Amelia?
It's gonna be Ben.
Ben squeaking out again, front runner over here. And next on the docket, Mike Sauer at 0-3 and currently has 0 points. And then Paul Rogers at 1-2 with a 12-point lead. Amelia, who you got? Oh, Mike Sauer. Hopefully you can pick up this first win, but me personally, I don't think so. All right, next, the main event of the weekend. The African Dynamite's greatest commissioner of all time, Bryce Grant, at 1-2, going against L-Town Skunks, Jason Dutcher, at 2-1. But you know what? The greatest commissioner of all time is out to a 45-point lead in this one. Amelia, who do you think? The greatest commissioner of all time is coming out on top, according to Miss Amelia Grant. And I'll tell you what, I said this on Tuesday, Dutcher. I'm here, and I'm going to come back, and you are going to be buried in a very mythological and figurative sense, because fantasy football is my field. And I want to wear the champ next year during the championship right here on the shoulder next year during these videos. And trust me, you'll see it right here, because the greatest commissioner of all time is going on with a victory this weekend. And we want y'all to come back for next week's installment here in the same channel, maybe the same time. We don't know, but we'll get it out when we can. And one more thing before we leave. Go Lions!